A miner, a sailor, and a badger walk into a busy bar. Actually, it's not a bar, it's the Wisconsin state flag. So many people think that our flag is so ridiculously busy that there's a literal joke about it. And I know what you're thinking, is our flag really that bad that someone needs to make a whole speech about it? And I'm here to tell you, yes, it is. And I know it might be hard to recognize when we have a flag as bad as Milwaukee's in the same state. I mean, come on, they literally have a flag on their flag. And I will say that by comparison, the state flag seems pretty okay. But I'm here to tell you that Wisconsin deserves better. It deserves a flag it can feel pride in. We need to change the Wisconsin state flag. I'm not a certified vexillologist, that is, someone who studies flag design, but I do really love flags, and I will show you through my research that the Wisconsin state flag has got to go, and I will show you how we change it. So what's the problem? I mean, is the Wisconsin flag objectively really that bad? Yes, absolutely. A 2001 survey conducted by the North American Vexillological Association, or NAVA, Wisconsin ranked 65 out of 72. That means that out of 72 flags from states and provinces in all of North America, we were only better than 7 of them. And to be honest, the bottom 10 all kind of look the same. These are only the bottom 9. The only one not pictured here is Georgia because it's distinct from this group as it is red. So what makes a good flag? In his book, Good Flag, Bad Flag, How to Design a Great Flag, Ted Kay, a writer for NAVA, gives 5 simple guidelines to follow to design a good flag. Number 1, keep it simple. The only thing simple about this flag is that it's mostly blue. This flag in all contains 14 symbols, and that's just too many, especially when compared to the number 1 ranked flag from the NAVA survey, New Mexico, which only has 1. Kay also said that a child should be able to draw the flag from memory. I'm an adult, and I can say with confidence that I could not remember all the elements of this flag, let alone draw it from memory. Number 2, use meaningful symbolism. The seal itself is really quite symbolic, but there are better ways of representing this part of Wisconsin culture. One NPR article breaks down our flag and helps explain what it is trying to say. The blue background of the flag represents traits such as wisdom, truth, trust, and loyalty, and it's very common for states that were a part of the Union during the Civil War. Beneath the Wisconsin, you will find the state motto, Forward, written on a banner. Beneath that, you will find a badger representing the state animal, and no, it's not Bucky Badger, unfortunately. To the right, you will see a miner representing the state's lead, zinc, and copper mines, but it also represents all of Wisconsin's hard workers. The sailor represents all of the industry on the coastlines of Lake Michigan and Superior. The seal between the two that contains multiple important parts. There's a coat of arms in the center surrounded by the phrase E pluribus unum, or one out of many, to represent our part in the whole of the United States. Around that, there's a seal that represents 4 different industries, the anchor representing navigation, the arm and hammer that represents manufacturing, the pick and shovel that represent mining, and the plow to represent agriculture. Beneath that is the horn of plenty representing our agricultural history. To the right of that is a pyramid of 13 lead ingots to again represent the mining industry, but it also represents the 13 original colonies, of which we are not a part. And on the very bottom is 1848, which is the year that Wisconsin was founded. In comparison, I want us to take a look at the Chicago flag. It is equally as rich in symbolism, but it is far more aesthetically pleasing. One Chicago magazine reported on the design of the flag and said that the 3 white stripes represent the north, west, and south sides. The top blue stripe represents Lake Michigan and the north branch of the Chicago River. The bottom blue stripe represents the south branch of the river and the canal. The 4 6-pointed red stars represent major historical events: Fort Dearborn, the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, the World's Columbian Exposition of 1893, and the Century of Progress Exposition of 1933 to 94. This flag easily has as much symbolism and meaning as its Wisconsin counterpart, but they have done it while following basic design principles, resulting in a much more aesthetically pleasing representation of their community. Number 3, use 2 to 3 basic colors. I guess we sort of follow this rule with it mostly being blue, but when you really look at the seal, there's a whole lot more going on. This isn't the rule that we most blatantly violate, but it's still a little iffy. Number 4, no lettering or seals. The Wisconsin state flag could not be a bigger violation of this rule. It's literally a blue background with a state seal and Wisconsin written in large letters, in addition to the words forward and e pluribus unum. Number 5, be distinctive. Here again, you can see a multitude of other states that have flags that could easily be mistaken for ours at a distance. The Wisconsin state flag does not follow any of these basic design guidelines. It can be better. Flags like this are often referred to as SOBs, or seals on a banner. We should have more than a miserable SOB of a flag. But why does it really matter if we change it? People deserve a flag they feel passionate and prideful about. Flags have the ability to draw strong emotions out of people, but only if they are designed well. In Chicago, people feel so proud of their flag that it is flown on many buildings around the city. This helps to build community. It is so beloved there that there is an entire website dedicated to images of people with the Chicago flag tattoo. I would challenge you to find one person with a Wisconsin state flag tattoo. In Chicago, in fact, oftentimes when a police officer or a firefighter dies in the line of duty, their casket is not topped with the national flag, but the flag of their city. In his TED Talk, Roman Mars, a design expert from California, says, "Trust me, 100% of people care about flags. There's just something about them that works on people's emotions." And we've seen that this is true. He's absolutely correct. People love to have a symbol that represents who they are and where they come from. And the Wisconsin state flag grossly fails at sparking that sense of pride in its citizens. But what's the solution? To change the flag would be no easy feat, and an attempt to do so would not be entirely unprecedented. This is going to seem like a bit of a tangent, but stick with me and you'll get the point. Personally, as an Australian, I have really strong feelings about the New Zealand flag. I think it's a blatant ripoff of the Australian flag. The New Zealand flag here is on the right, and I made this meme, and I must say, I'm very proud of it. And I personally don't think that it represents them well at all. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. 43% of New Zealand voters wanted it changed too, and they tried in 2015. They were, however, unsuccessful, and it resulted in a really emotional battle over whether the flag should have been changed. One study published in the Journal of Analyses of Social Issues and Public Policies looked at why changing a flag was so divisive in New Zealand. The study said that the powerful responses evoked by a nation's flag comes down to the flag's ability to remind citizens of their identification with that nation, its history, and the prescriptive norms that correspond with national membership. This shows that flags have an unusual ability to make people feel powerful emotions. They provide something for people to rally behind in hard times and evoke feelings of pride in the people that it represents, but only when they are representative of their people, distinctive, and well-designed. All of which our flag is not. When New Zealand tried to change their flag, they followed a similar method to the one that I am going to propose today. First, the legislature would assemble a committee to begin a new flag selection process. They would then hold open submissions so that anyone could submit a proposal for a new design. This allows people to feel like they have a voice in what elements they think are too traditional and important to get rid of, but it also gives people the ability to make a change as radical as they want. This would result in a variety of submissions for the community and the committee to select from. The committee would narrow the selections down to the top 5 options, trying to select the best designs and designs that represent a majority of the submissions. They would then give citizens the ability to vote on those 5 options to select the next state flag. After one flag was selected as the winner, in the next election cycle, there would be a referendum to change the state flag from the current flag to the winner of the new flag vote. This solution allows for the public to feel like they have an input in what they think best represents us as a state. Some of the issues that New Zealand faced when it made an attempt to change their flag would be less significant when trying to change the state flag. Their pre-existing flag also followed more rules of design, causing people to want to stick with the original. Flags have a really unique ability to make people feel connected to the thing that the flag represents. Wisconsin should change its flag to one that its citizens feel pride in. I urge you to go and write letters to our representatives in the state legislature and tell them that Wisconsin deserves better. If we all work together, we can get rid of this generic flag and pick one that represents Wisconsin and its people. Thank you.